Hello and welcome to SKTV News. You're watching Primetime English News with me, SUCHITRA Rajkumari. First, the headlines. COCOMI's 48-hour general strike against directive to remove Manipur from MST bus at Gwaltabi brings normal life across state to standstill on second day. Proposed talk between representatives of civil society organizations from Manipur's Valley districts and Ministry of Home Affairs in Delhi has been postponed. And now the news in detail. Normal life across Manipur was severely disrupted on the second day of the 48-hour general strike called by Coordinating Committee on Manipur Integrity, COCOMI. The Bandh was launched in protest against reported directives from personnel of the Mahar Regiment at Gwaltabi instructing removal of the word Manipur from Manipur State Transport MST bus carrying media personnel en route to cover Sirui Lily Festival. A ground report by SKTV from Lamlong Market, Porompat, Nongmaybung and Wangkai in Imphal East revealed near total shutdown. Shops at Lamlong Market remained closed and commercial activities from Ayangpali to Porompat came to a standstill. At Nongmaybung, members of Eastern Students Club and Nongmaybung Women's Mayrapaibi Development Association blocked roads using logs to express solidarity with the strike. Speaking to SKTV, Mayrapaibi members condemned the action of Mahar Regiment and called for removal of President's rule in the state. They warned that if attempts to erase the word Manipur continue, stronger agitations would be launched demanding restoration of Manipur's pre-merger status.
India government na kuki yaiba terrorist sing asindi aga connect Manipur da leiba yellow missing muthatna bo honarakpagi aroi ba oina tasengna hairabada India government gi phongakpa ki ahalaban gi pawrokda khoi hurama makok ta napi pa e haibagi thong da government gi thong je tasengna yamna nokning ba phawe akhoina aduna mari suba management gi kai phamsi ba su lokthokpiro aduga hauji pairiba Governor si pham thadokpiu khudakta pr lokthokpiu
Manipur manungdabu Manipur thaba yaroi hairakpa masibu karamba magi state ki miyoi singda yagadra haba Manipur da leiriba nupi angang singche khulai pairakpagi kainodo India government ngai biganu nupi angang na khulai pairaga lan sokna haideba leite aduna imai bel punama khutta khulai paidana lan thengna bagi ne tanja do Yaure e habase ai hajaningi
COCOMI's 48-hour general strike also disrupted normal life at Kwakaithel, Kasampat and Chingmairong areas, with shops and business establishments remaining closed. Schools, colleges and offices have also been shut down. Supporters also stuck posters which read Manipur Kangleipak at vehicles belonging to Central Security Forces. Now, people and various organizations across Manipur continued to support COCOMI's 48-hour general strike. People Protection Committee, Konthojam Women Wing, Konthojam Kabui Mayrapaibi and Sagoltong Basabal Lekai Mayrapaibi also supported COCOMI's 48-hour general strike. They blocked Imphal Jiribam National Highway number 37 as part of the protest. The protesters also resolved to support COCOMI in the future. Residents of Tera Yengkhom Lekai also supported the general strike. Additionally, Mayrapaibi groups under Langjing Achauba Langjing Mayra Club also supported the general strike by protesting in the middle of the road. Speaking to media, member of Yengkhom Lairak Apunbanupi Lup Thingbaijam Memi called out the governor for staying silent on the controversial incident of Gualtabi, while asserting that the governor should resign on moral ground.
Thagi iramdam Manipur haibase tharaga satpa yate haidana moina thingakpasida COCOMI na apunbagi oina general strike numit nini gi tawbasida akoi COCOMI gi saruk yaboina akoi masigi moina Manipur thabase asi yaroi haibase akoi asigi mayokta yaningde moina si kari gi thingai no si yaningde haidana akoi ngasi lambi thingbagi gari chatpasigi akoi ngasi khongjang ngasi sangsin jabaneba.
The proposed talk between Manipur Valley civil society organizations and Ministry of Home Affairs aimed at discussing a resolution to the ongoing conflict has been postponed. According to reports received by SKTV from CSO leaders, the talk was scheduled to take place today. However, the leaders informed the authorities that they would boycott the meeting, expressing dissatisfaction with the government's action. The ministry also informed that the meeting is rescheduled for May 27 and urged the leaders to attend the meeting. The CSO leaders emphasized that they had urged the ministry to involve a third party in its dialogue with Kuki CSOs. They also expressed disappointment over the ministry's inaction against Kuki CSO leaders who refused to sign the 6-point resolution agreed upon during the initial talks between the CSOs on April 5. The leaders further expressed that there is no meaning in representing the people of Manipur in a dialogue as the ministry failed to take action. Regional Institute of Medical Sciences RIMS has achieved significant medical breakthrough by successfully performing its first ever video-assisted thoracoscopic surgery VETS decortication, a minimally invasive thoracic procedure on a critically ill patient. The complex operation was conducted on May 6 on a 40-year-old male patient diagnosed with stage 3 multiloculated empyema thoracis, a serious condition involving pus accumulation in the chest cavity that had trapped his right, middle, and lower lung lobes. The case was further complicated due to dense adhesions and the patient's history of cerebral palsy and recent recovery from dengue fever. The pioneering surgery took place in the state-of-the-art modular operating theater of RIMS Cardiothoracic and Vascular Surgery (CTVS) department. The procedure was led by Professor T.H. Chito, with anesthesia team headed by Professor L. Pradip Kumar. This landmark procedure followed another successful VETS operation performed at RIMS on April 24, in which a 50-year-old male patient underwent removal of intrathoracic tumor. Director of RIMS, Professor G. Sunil Kumar Sharma, lauded the surgical and anesthesia teams for their coordinated efforts. The 48-hour general strike imposed by COCOMI, which began yesterday, continued to impact the state today as well. The general strike was imposed in protest of the controversial incident of Gualtabi on May 20, where Mahar Regiment ordered media persons to remove the word Manipur from the Manipur State Transport bus, which was carrying them to cover 5th Shirui Lili Festival. Maida Paibi of Nambol also staged protest by blocking roads at Nambol Bazaar today in support of the general strike. However, ambulance, people going for religious events and other essential duties were allowed passage. General Secretary of United Protection Committee Nambol, Women Wing Laiprakpam Premila, asserted that the authorities have never engaged in meaningful discussions to resolve the 2-year-long conflict, accusing Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Shah of consistently undermining the people of Manipur. She also demanded clarification from both central and state government if the order to obstruct the word Manipur was instructed by Security Advisor Kuldeep Singh or Union Home Minister Amit Shah. The 48-hour general strike imposed by COCOMI, which began yesterday, has also impacted major markets such as Khwairambad Imam Market. Shops, vendors, and other stores remained closed except for pharmacies. Various institutions and establishments such as schools, colleges, and offices also remained closed. Supporters of the general strike continued their protest of sticking signs which read Manipur Kangleipak at vehicles belonging to Central Security Forces. It may be mentioned that the general strike was imposed as a protest to the controversial incident of May 20 at Gualtabi. Kakwa Naurem Lekai Maira Paibi also blocked roads today in support of COCOMI's 48-hour general strike. Protesters condemned the authority for a controversial decision to obstruct vehicles from having the word Manipur. The Maira Paibi also lended support to any future such endeavors of COCOMI while calling Manipur MLAs for remaining silent regarding the issue.
Ako'y ngarang dagi na kay Maira Paibi singna COCOMI na puni-punipan gi ban kaubado ako'y Maira Paibi na chakchana saugali ako'y yaningi makata na torko matamdasu ako'y adong sawat kani aduga Manipur hay na thabaya dabagari sibu para malaybak ta sapnage ako'y gi laybakti Manipur hay base na dabase masi yang pente ako'y governor na kay daw laybige aduga layba MLA mantri mandon mayam su kay daw laybige.
Residents of Imphal West District also staged protests by blocking roads across the district in support of the 48-hour general strike imposed by COCOMI. The protests were staged at areas such as Uripok Walem Laikai, Uripok Kumantem Laikai, Naurem Thong Laishram Laikai, Naurem Thong Ubak Thong, Samusang Uku, Tera Bazar, Sagolban Bizoy Govinda, and Tera Sayang. However, there has been no report of any untoward incident during the general strike till now. Protesters of Uripok Walem Laikai, Naurem Thong Laishram Laikai, and Samusang Uku made statements strongly condemning the Central Security Forces for ordering to remove the word Manipur.
Hujikse amuk phare safare haidana hujikse siroi lili tawre ukhulda mayamgi yamna chauka thodang loriba media person singse si singchina satpa matamda makoina tongiba gari si Manipur state transport aina thariba MST gi gari si akoi si Manipur da leiba masani Manipur akoi gi Manipur haibse akoi identity neba akoi identity card si tongaga koina satpa matamda jiki Gwaltabi haiba mafam se Manipur gi area ni ko sigi mafam chai sida dugumba army gi kangbu singa duna Gari du Manipur Thabaya Roy, Manipur Muthalu, Haidana, Makoibu Manipur Tahandaba, Muthalanba, Adrigi Kumtaraga, Mishing to Nasauraga, Koya Halakpa, Adumba Kuki Shingi, Mawongla, Natragana, Indiaga, Mengi Mawongla, Karamba, Kudno, Haibadu Makti Kangdana, Akoida Yana Nungai, Tabadumba Tosera, Matawuni, Toseram Tawuni, Laweva Koida.
Manipur, that labor, Manipuri, Gari Sing, the Manipur Thabaya Roy, Manipur State Transport, Hypers, the Manipur Muthalu, Haidana, Haidibase, Sukimatic. Number Dukimatic for Hamoida, running the Bapopa, Dumba Tongi, and the high Bashikana, order Peter Lokohan Hibano, Lokoki Maran Karigino, Hibana Simba, Aduba Sohi Boyga, Supung Pun Palmanonga, Koisoki Bani Hybrid Generals in Mapira Gas, Mokoi explain to you, Mokoi Maram the Hybrid, Koitanapati.
Awang Sekmai Kannanupilup staged protest at Awang Sekmai along Imphal Dimapur National Highway Road today in support of the 48-hour general strike imposed by COCOMI. The protesters also demanded the government to take action against those officials who instructed security forces to obstruct vehicles from having the word Manipur.
Siroi festival satpa matamda Manipur gi mafam amada Manipur tharga chatpa yade haina athing thamlakpa dugi penda ba phongdo poina pungni phuni pangi general strike akhoi gi COCOMI na saugatpa sida awang semai kanba nupi lumna su full support taujari akhoi gi Manipur tharga chatpa matamda makhoi na athing ba piri ba misak adubo khudakta makhoi bu matik chaba tandi PBU loina na Manipur kanmin nasi haibagi khongjangda aikoigi awang sengmai kanba nupi lumsu tharuk yajari.
Sawombung Apunma Mayrapaibi also took out a protest rally with the residents of Sawombung Sairem and Sawombung Kabuikuno at Sawombung in Imphal East District today. The rally was organized under the guidance of COCOMI in protest against the central government's alleged mistreatment against Manipur. The protesters raised various slogans during the rally.
Asi Manipur Sarkar amadi India Sarkar na zatharak liba thawong ase tasengna harbada akoi su ya ningde maramdi akoi gi ima leibak Manipur asida akoi gi gari da Manipur tharaga chatpa yaroi haidana akoi siroi reli chatpagi sida akoi gi press media mayam bu halalakhiba asigi mayokta akoi tasengna ya ningdabagi protest sathajabani Manipur asi kai basu ya yaroi Manipur muthatpa yaroi gari gumba India gi thawong asina akoi ahong balai tatargadi akoi ari palaitana akapulaitana akoi khungdang ase changsanjagani haiba wafang thamjari.
COCOMI's 48-hour strike also affected Jiribam district. Mairapaibis of Jiribam blocked roads in support of the general strike today. Shops, markets, schools, colleges and others remained closed. Trucks coming from Imphal also supported the general strike after reaching the district. Jiribam District Police and CRPF personnel patrolled the district to prevent any untoward incident. There has been no report of any untoward incident till now. R.K. Ibechaubi, president of United Yai School Club, has questioned the explanation behind designating buffer zones within Manipur, pointing out that it is a state within India. The statement was made during a sit-in which was staged by 8 Mairapaibi groups of Yai School at Moirangkhom, Saugaijam Lekai today in protest against the controversial incident of Gwaltabi. Speaking further, R.K. Ibechaubi urged the authority to investigate about who gave the order to remove the word Manipur from vehicles. She also asserted that any people or community, any person or community who wants to dismantle Manipur should leave the state. R.K. Ibechaubi further said that the government should not undermine the public under the guise of president's rule.
Manipur sida lairiba praja khudimak se amata Manipur thugaiba pamde ekoisu pamde Manipur thugaiba pamba mihut kharana Manipur thugai ningbagi damakta moigi interest da Manipur muthatlu aduga chatpa yani haibasi sigi reasonable loiba karamba artha thoiba wafam noba Manipur da laiba security forcing amadi akogi governor chief secretary advisor makoi singse Manipur haibasi karino khangde Manipur su metai ngata giro metai ngata na semba Manipur ro akoi Manipur se metai ngata gi nen khalagadi metai Manipur pamdawa kambu singdo Manipur da gi tantopi ro security advisor khangde governor khangde sidai da higher authority mem president rule sida chalai riba president rule person laga chupli pa riba Manipur thugai na ba sinda da interest lai riba Manipur thugai ba pami ba kambu se leibira no loi chapi gro.
Zomi Chief Association has mocked Coordinating Committee on Manipur Integrity COCOMI, suggesting that it should instead be renamed as Coordinating Committee on Meitei Integrity. In a press release, the association strongly condemned the 48-hour general strike imposed by COCOMI. They claimed that the general strike has no impact beyond valley areas, which makes up to 10% of the state's territory and mainly inhabited by Meitei community. Zomi Chief Association asserted that the general strike is a Meitei-only stunt, not a statewide movement. Progressive Alliance for Leadership and Empowerment of Mothers, PALEM, has called out a Mahar regiment posted at Gwaltabi for their controversial actions. In a press release, PALEM accused the Central Forces that the controversial incident has proved that Indian armed forces supported Kuki narco-terrorists. PALEM further condemned the incident and urged women folk of the state to face any external challenge to safeguard the integrity of Manipur. The organization also reiterated its support to any initiative taken up by Federation of Civil Society Organization to safeguard the state. An unknown individual fired one round of gun at Imoinu Fish Center located at Iroisemba Mayay Laikai under Lamphel Police Station in Imphal West District last night. Local Mayrapaibis staged a sit-in today in protest against the incident. According to reports received by press, the incident occurred at around 8:46 p.m. last night, where an unknown individual wearing a white-colored helmet in an Activa fired the gun at the fish center. The fish center is owned by Chanam Binod Elias Tomba, 43 years of age. Lamphel police also registered a case regarding the incident. Speaking to media during the sit-in, President of Iroisemba Apunba Mayrapaibis Thongam Ongbi Indrapati expressed disappointment over the incident while urging for a dialogue instead of such an act. She further urged related individuals to refrain from firing guns at public places in the future. Indrapati also demanded the involved individual to clarify his action.
nga yonjaraga leiba sida khang khangaudana nomai caption pirame adu hariba leiba ki issue irang sida hauji asi ana marak sida asimba thodok se akoi lekai sida thon janinge aduna masida asuiba aramba koi karigumba wari yotai chanangiba karimba pendaba leinara masu kari dormoka su adu masi maram sida akoi Mayrapaibis imai benjing khangna chingko pirakna ba tanja disa jingi mafam degi laujari adu kari marangi damakta mangoda yumjida nomaina caption biramino haibase athuba matamda isa jingna chingto pirau haina mayangi mafamda ju akoina haijari.
Federal Students Organization Kangleipak FESOC has alleged that certain teachers at government higher secondary schools have been transferred through unethical means. In a press release, FESOC expressed disappointment over certain teachers for ignoring transfer orders without respecting their professional ethics. The student organization also accused some teachers of bribing officials of Education Department to secure transfers to locations of their convenience. They added that such unethical practices has resulted in shortage of teachers in government schools located at remote areas and that it also contributed in the degradation of the state's education sector. The student organization further stated that some teachers also contracted local people to teach in their stead, which is a big disappointment of Education Department. FESOC urged government teachers to bear their responsibilities for the future of the state. They also demanded Education Department to look into the issue and implement a new and improved transfer policy for the teachers. FESOC further appealed to Education Department to solve the issue and problems raised by FESOC before the commencement of this year's new session. Ministry of Home Affairs has announced that the District and Sessions Judge Court in Churachandpur District will serve as the new special court for National Investigation Agency (NIA). In an official notification, the ministry informed that the decision was taken under Section 11 of National Investigation Agency Act 2008 after consulting with Chief Justice of Manipur High Court. The entire state of Manipur will fall under the jurisdiction of the special court, and all trials related to cases taken up by NIA concerning the ongoing conflict that began on May 2nd of 2023 will be conducted at the court. NIA has also been handling the case of Jiribam, where 6 innocent civilians, including 3 children, were killed. ZNCM, LNCM, RNCM, INU, ZWSAVC, BWSAVC, ZMWSAVC, VACC, and CSAT jointly formed JAC and organized a democratic public rally at Tamenglong headquarters today to safeguard indigenous land and its resources. The JAC also submitted a memorandum to Union Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change through Tamenglong DC after the rally. The rally was commenced from a polo ground in Tamenglong and concluded at Jadonang Park. Stores, markets, and other businesses of nearby areas remained closed during the rally. The people participating in the rally raised various slogans such as "No to Wildlife Sanctuary," "No to Reserve Forest," "No to Protected Forest," "No to D2, D3 Seismic Survey." They also held various placards which read, "Our land, our lives, our right. We are guardians, not encroachers. Development must be with us, not against us." Around 10,000 people from Tamenglong and Nonne districts, along with residents of Tamay subdivision and Tausem subdivision, took part in the rally.
Went ahead for this mass rally is because without the consent of the people, the government of India tried to take the advantage, and we disagree with that, and we are very unfortunate for not knowing what was being held before. And today, with this many people behind me, we gathered for this mass rally, and it was a very successful one. Thank you so much.
Central security forces have prevented villagers of Thenungai village in Bisnupur district from cultivating crops in the area, citing lack of permission. According to a report, farmers have resumed work on their fields near the village's high canal and low canal, which had remained uncultivated for 2 years due to the ongoing conflict. The farmers were plowing their fields using tractors when the Central security forces stopped them. The farmers highlighted that they have approached the DC, Superintendent of Police, BSF and SSB and other relevant officials, and also submitted officials on March 19 to allow them to cultivate their lands. They further added that they had also held various meetings with Central Security Forces regarding the matter. However, they were not given the permission to farm till now. Furthermore, the farmers explained that they resolved to continue cultivating their lands even without the protection of security forces, as the authority failed to solve the problem. The farmers remained at their fields as a protest despite security forces ordering them to leave the area. The fifth-day funeral rites of Private Moirangthem Nanao alias Ngamba, member of proscribed KYKL who passed away on May 19, was held today at Ningtaukhong, Bisnupur district. People paid floral tribute to the deceased during the ceremony. It may be mentioned that Moirangthem Nanao originated from Tuibong in Churachandpur district. He, along with his family, took refuge at Mangol Ganbi College at Ningtaukhong due to the ongoing conflict. Proscribed Koiding-led UNLF and its armed wing MPA expressed condolences over the death of Moirangthem Nanao alias Ngamba, a cadre of the banned KYKL-MYL group. Nanao succumbed to injuries sustained from a sniper bullet during a gunfight on May 19. In a press statement issued by Publicity Secretary of the UNLF Central Committee, M. Sakhen lauded Nanao's courage, stating that his sacrifice would be remembered by revolutionary groups. The outfit emphasized the need for collective resistance and unity among revolutionary movements, describing Nanao's death as a reminder of the ongoing struggle. The group also conveyed sympathy to Nanao's family and wished for his soul to rest in peace. Proscribed Pripak Progressive expressed condolence and paid tribute to Moirangthem Nanao alias Ngamba, 35 years of age, member of proscribed KYKL's armed wing MYL. In a press release, proscribed Pripak Progressive highlighted that Moirangthem Nanao sacrificed his life for the motherland during a gunfight between armed revolutionaries and Indian forces along with its proxy militants on May 19. The outfit expressed that Moirangthem Nanao's sacrifice will be an inspiration to other revolutionaries. Pripak Progressive also extended condolence to the bereaved family. Proscribed Revolutionary People's Front RPF and its armed wing PLA have expressed deep condolences over the death of Moirangthem Nanao alias Ngamba, a cadre of banned KYKL's Miyamgi Yawol Lanmi. The press release issued by Assistant Secretary Publicity of RPF, Bankim, mourned the loss of Nanao, who was killed in an encounter with Indian Army personnel and their proxy force on May 19 around 11 a.m. Nanao, a resident of Tuibong in Churachandpur district, was the son of M. Mani and M. Ongbi Loidang. The release added that RPF expressed solidarity with the bereaved family, stating that the organization shares their grief. Proscribed KCP MFL has expressed deep sorrow over the death of Private Moirang Them Nanao alias Ngamba, a member of the armed wing of band KYKL Miyam Giyawol Lanmi, who was killed during gun battle along Manipur-Myanmar border. According to a press release issued by Publicity Secretary in charge of KCP, S. Mangal, the incident occurred around 11 a.m. on May 19. Nanao, a resident of Tuibong in Churachandpur district, was among those displaced by the ongoing conflict in Manipur and had reportedly faced considerable hardships. The outfit maintained that his death is an irreparable loss for KYKL MYL and extended heartfelt condolences to the bereaved family. Moving on to national news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi declared that India's northeastern region is undergoing historic transformation, evolving from conflict-prone frontier to a hub of economic opportunity and investment. Speaking at the Rising Northeast Investors Summit 2025 in New Delhi, Prime Minister emphasized inclusive growth and hailed the region's cultural diversity as its greatest strength. Modi introduced a new vision for the region, redefining East as empower, act, strengthen, and transform, symbolizing the government's developmental goals. Highlighting improved security, Modi noted that more than 10,000 youths in the region have abandoned militancy over the past decade. It reaffirmed the government's zero-tolerance policy towards terrorism and Naxalism. The two-day summit, hosted by the Ministry of Development of the Northeastern region, aims to position the Northeast as a land of opportunity. Major business leaders, including Gautam Adani, Mukesh Ambani, and Anil Agarwal, announced substantial investments during the summit. Vedanta Group announced 80,000 crore rupees for industrial development. Reliance Industries announced 75,000 crore rupees to boost digital and physical infrastructure, and Adani Group announced 50,000 crore rupees over the next decade, focusing on green energy and transport. The important sectors targeted for investment include tourism, agro-processing, healthcare, education, IT services, logistics, energy, entertainment, and sports. The event also included startup showcases and policy exhibitions to encourage entrepreneurship and investor confidence.
हमारा नॉर्थ ईस्ट इस डाइवर्स नेशन का सबसे डाइवर्स हिस्सा है। ट्रेड से ट्रेडिशन तक, टेक्सटाइल से टूरिज्म तक, नॉर्थ ईस्ट की डाइवर्सिटी ये उसकी बहुत बड़ी स्ट्रेंथ है। नॉर्थ ईस्ट यानी बायो इकोनॉमी और बाम्बू, नॉर्थ ईस्ट यानी टी प्रोडक्शन एंड पेट्रोलियम, नॉर्थ ईस्ट यानी स्पोर्ट्स एंड स्किल, नॉर्थ ईस्ट यानी इको टूरिज्म का इमर्जिंग हब, नॉर्थ ईस्ट यानी ऑर्गेनिक प्रोडक्ट की नई दुनिया, नॉर्थ ईस्ट यानी एनर्जी का पावर हाउस। इसलिए नॉर्थ ईस्ट हमारे लिए अष्टलक्ष्मी है।
And now the weather report. According to ICAR Regional Center Lamphilpat, state's maximum temperature was recorded as 32 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was 21.5 degrees Celsius. The maximum relative humidity was measured to be 87% in the morning and 53% in the evening. Now, before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at the headlines once again. COCOMI's 48-hour general strike against directive to remove Manipur from MST bus at Gwaltabi brings normal life across state to standstill on second day. Proposed talk between representatives of civil society organizations from Manipur's Valley districts and Ministry of Home Affairs in Delhi has been postponed. Regional Institute of Medical Sciences RIMS achieves historic medical milestone by successfully performing first ever video-assisted thoracoscopic VETS decortication surgery. That is all we have for now. Thank you for watching SKTV News. Have a good night.